Hi there guys, welcome to the second episode of Fashion Unfiltered, and today I have with me a very special guest. He's a friend of mine and he used to work Louis Vuitton, and today we are here to make a couple of questions to see if we can get some tea. How are you, brother?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good as well, thank you. Don't act so serious.
A little bit nervous.
It's alright, bro. So let's start it straight away. So what was the most valuable lesson you learned while working at Louis Vuitton?
I believe that the most valuable lesson that you can take from Louis Vuitton and from huge teams like the one in the Lisbon store is that although you work as your own company and your own person and your own things, you have to rely a lot on your coworkers to help you, to assist you in the sale, to learn more, and I think that's the most valuable lesson.
All right. Yeah, that's a good answer. Okay, but I agree with you, because when it's a big team, like sometimes you cannot do everything on your own. So if you don't have someone like to help you out, even if it's in small things, it can kind of affect the customer experience, I would say. Yeah. Second question: how does Louis Vuitton train its employees to provide a luxury shopping experience?
In my case, there was no training. I had shadowing with a senior client advisor for 1.5 days, and then the deputy manager told me to, "Are you ready?" All right. And I went to the sales floor because I had experience on retail from other brands and luxury as well. So that's why.
Okay, so you already had like you already knew the basics. So
exactly, yeah. So the thing is that with the shadowing, that 1.5 days, you see a lot of clients, a lot of examples, so you understand like the mechanics of the store and the mechanics of the brand, and then so on, and you can pick it up from there. But right now I know that Louis Vuitton has started again to do the onboarding and all the things, so I think it's very, very cool, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, cool. So like, for someone that doesn't have experience, usually the training goes in a different way, I assume.
It goes. If you don't have any experience, the shadowing will be longer, not just 1.5 days, of course, will be around like a week or two, and then you're gonna have every expert from every department giving you a little lecture or a little like introduction to the product, but it's more or less like that, not much intensive in store. Then you're gonna have like the onboarding on the head office, so that one will be much more intensive.
All right. Oh, cool. I mean, it makes sense. It's luxury. You're supposed to have like proper, good information.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Third question: what are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about LV?
I think the biggest misconception that people have about LV is that it's not reachable to everybody. For me, from a standpoint of view, from commercial stand of view, for me, Louis Vuitton is not luxury anymore. So you have the experiences, you have the made-to-orders, you have the exotics, you have everything else that makes the brand, the high-end line of the brand. Although it's a brand that is almost like a fast fashion in the luxury world, because the amount of sales that you do and the amount of product that you have in the store doesn't give you the idea, or doesn't give the idea to the customer of lack of items or like of stock or something like that creates that kind of feeling as luxury. Like, for example, Hermes does with the Birkin, that limits the purchase of Hermes. You don't have that in Louis Vuitton. So I think that this is the biggest misconception about Louis Vuitton.
But you know, Hermes is facing courts because of that.
Sometimes it's worth it, right?
True. All right, good answer, bro.
Sit down, boy.
Fourth question: what is the most memorable client experience you had while working in there?
Working in luxury, it's very funny because you're gonna have a lot of like players, football players or singers, world-class football players or singers or actors that you've seen throughout your whole life, and it's cool to see that and be a little bit starstruck when you have the opportunity to deal with them. But I think it's more important to have like a very positive client experience, and I always take that in consideration. And for me, the most memorable one was a Portuguese client. She was in the process of a weight loss. She had a plastic surgery to to do a weight loss process.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it was a 30k sell, and it was super cool because she took a fur. She didn't want to try anything because of that process that she was in, so it was very how do you say it, very, not very carefully, but like very natural. The thing was,
So you didn't
super
have to
cool.
force anything.
Absolutely.
You guys were bonding like.
Exactly, it was
Alright.
super cool. Like the connection was cool, and even today she still texts me, and
Oh,
I
nice.
text her, so it's super cool. That
Cool. It's nice when you get a client that ends up becoming a friend.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say. I think that's the best.
it's almost like breaking the fourth wall. It's super cool.
All right. Fifth question. How does the brand ensure exclusivity and maintain its luxury status? Yeah.
Like I said before, I don't believe that. Well, I don't feel like it's 100% luxury anymore, but there's a lot of things that I think that is very, very positive for the client, for like the Cheval Blanc, or the experiences in Dubai, or the experiences directly with the ateliers in Arnier, or
Yeah.
whatever. So
I agree with that. Yeah, I think
think
in
that's-
terms of experience, there's no other brand
Yeah.
giving better than that.
I think that's what makes the brand luxurious. But
Yeah,
And
but
it
at the
does.
same time, those experiences are pretty much achievable only for like the top 1% clients,
yeah.
and everyone else just gets standards, I would say.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. So at this point, it's like it's kind of hard to ensure luxury experience and status to everyone when sometimes you have like 1,000 people a day coming in.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
like
yeah.
it's like what we were talking before, like if out of nowhere your sales are doubling or tripling, you cannot from one day to another to ensure that everyone has like the proper services, because that implies getting different installations, hiring people, etc., etc. So I guess most brands will just have to cope with whatever they have until they manage to actually change and give like the proper
agree.
thing. Hence the waiting at the door.
Yeah.
Because if you have 50 or 150 people inside the store, it's not going to feel luxury. It doesn't matter how much you're spending.
Exactly. But if you look at the luxury brands, and take example from Paris, from Paris, from the Champs-Élysées, Louis Vuitton is the only store
Yeah.
that does line. You know, so you can.
You
go
know
to
who also
Arnier
does
Montagne.
line? Veja.
I saw Polen, but last time I was.
Yeah, but Polen, bro, you know why.
Yeah, but Polen is-
People are going insane because they are afraid that the prices go high. Because
Probably,
Bernard
yeah.
no bought stocks, and everyone was like, oh my god, I need to buy now before
He
the
puts his
prices.
finger in everything, right?
Pretty much. I see a lot of complaints about their brand, by the way. I saw a lot of
From
unboxings. Yeah, people buying the bag and like they do the 3 months review or whatever, and then it's like, oh, the stitches are coming off, blah blah blah. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
So going back, sixth question: what are some insider tips from someone looking to buy their first Louis Vuitton piece?
Get money. The thing is, there's no thing like a lack of products. It's very rare for that to happen. But I think the most important thing is like to know what you really want, and not to buy it just because some influencer said it to you.
Yeah.
It's very important to have like a minimum knowledge of the brand, and a minimum knowledge of the history of the brand, and then make your educated choice. So
Yeah.
that's I think is the most important. And like I said, just get the money, because it's not very hard
Yeah.
to get the product.
Like the monogram thing, like a lot of clients go to the store and once they realize that the monogram is not leather, they get shocked.
Yeah, exactly. I had plenty of clients, mainly from the US, saying that, oh, this leather is printed like that. Like, this is not leather, this is a coated canvas. And they were like, what? Because the information that the influencer is giving about the product from a brand probably is not the right one, because she doesn't work for the brand.
True.
You know, so I think it's most important to know your stuff before you buy it.
All right. You heard it, guys. Do your homework. Last question. If you could take one key element from LV business strategy and apply it to any brand, what would be?
Like I said
what
before,
would
I
you do?
think the experiences that you give to the client, it's very positive. It's something that it's very, very positive, and I think I would apply that to any brand in the world, to give out to the customer that really is faithful to the brand, something that he can enjoy it, something that is memorable, and something that it makes the client falls in love even more with the brand. I think that would be the main thing that I would apply to any brand: the experience and the care to the client. I think it's the most important thing.
All right.
Very polite, isn't it?
Yes, very. It doesn't sound like you at all.
At all. When I have a camera, I'm shy. Sit down, boy.
All right, that'll be it for today, brother.
Thank you so
for
much,
the
mate.
insight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions regarding LV or luxury in general, just drop it in the comments, and both me and him, we will try to reply as fast and as best as we can.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, guys. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.
Thank you.
Stop.
It doesn't.
Stop.